ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you. Fellas, ladies, you're looking for lotions, you're looking for beard oils, but unfortunately everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Welcome, everyone, to another glorious evening on a Monday. Yes, I'm looking like a chicken, bouncing my head back and forth because that's what chickens do. Because of today's day, today is Monday, and I'm a chicken. Wait a minute. I'm seeing a whole lot of chit-chat in the chat room already. Queen Sackcloth, always a big old pleasure to see you. Hugs and kiss on the forehead. Big old hug, brotherly hug to Brother Ron. It seems that Brother Ron has hit another major milestone within days. I'm seeing celebrations for 4K. Oh my goodness. The Ron's Opinion Don't Matter channel apparently matters to 4,000 plus people. Congratulations to Ron from Ron's Opinion Don't Matter for reaching another major milestone in such a short period of time. Because if I recall correctly, it was just a few days ago, maybe a few weeks ago, we were celebrating 2,000 or 3,000. What else two numbers? And he already had 4,000? Man, I got to figure out what his trick is. I think he's giving out money. I think Ron is giving out money. 4,000 subscribers is a beautiful thing. Blessings to that one and a major milestone. Congratulations. Totally congratulations. And of course, as always, a big old shout out and a hug and a kiss to the Queen of Queens of Top to Bottom. Of course, that's my queen. And of course, I apologize, folks, if I seem to be a little jumpy right now. It's only because I'm excited. I'm excited because today is Monday. We are alive. We're above ground. We're able to see the sun. We're about to see the sun go down in many places. And Ron, you are most welcome because here's the same thing, like I say all the time, Ron. Without our support, with every one of our subscribers, we will not be able to achieve what we're trying to achieve. Ron, you are a major milestone, and I'm just glad to be a part of it. And I appreciate you allowing me to be part of it. And you know what? The sky's the limit, brother. The sky's the limit, and hopefully you just keep growing. Okay. So with that being said, big old shout out to Ron from Ron's Opinion Don't Matter that does politics, gun talk, and again, more politics, and more politics, and more politics, and of course, stocks and diversities with purchasing stocks as the broke man version that it's called. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please understand something. Today's segment is about a drunken driver, of course, on a police body cam. It was sent to me, of course, but they forgot to send me the link to give the shout out to the actual police department and or creator of the content. And I must put this out there first and foremost because my last segment of the drunk driver, which was the young lady with the white T-shirt and the blue shorts, that said she was her friend was on the phone and her friend was saying she was a lawyer, and it was titled "The TikTok Lawyer." I have received a lot of comments. I mean, a lot of comments, and I appreciate your comments because here's what happens. Yeah, the pee-pee girl, the one that peed all over herself. Yes, She peed all over herself. She had a, I don't know what they call them back. I don't know what they call them now these days, but I know back in the day we called it a gallon. If that thing was over 16 ounces, it was called a gallon. So she had a gallon of tequila in the car, and she peed all over herself because the other female police officer touched her somewhere, and I guess she got all excited and she peed on herself. I don't know. That's the way it looked, because she wasn't like that when they pulled her out of the car. So I got a lot of comments in the chat, of course, the comment section about that specific episode. A lot of it was interesting because, of course, I look at it like this. If you're willing to put a comment into someone's content, that means you wish to be engaged with them. So I believe that if you're engaging in my content, I'm going to actually engage with you in return. We're going to share points of view to this way we understand what's happening. And like I said to everybody, and I say in every video I do not find humor in the situation. I find humor in the actions of the people. Because at the end of the day, we do have an idea or some type of knowledge of what we're doing, and we're trying to be funny about it. Little nephew out the pit, big old salute to you. Thank you for trying to squeeze me into your time and be part of your world. Appreciate that. So we all are, the ones that are drivers, we have to understand something. We were told not to ever drive, no license, no registration, no insurance card, not intoxicated, having the car. A world away from here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Big old shout out to World Away. Now that she's in the chat room, please like and follow, subscribe to her channel as well. And of course, share my channel. Even if you don't like it, share with someone else. And hit that thumbs up button. It kind of helps me out, and it gets me to understand what the people are looking for. And of course, the more commentaries that come in tells me more what type of reaction videos I should really be looking towards. So the more commentary I get, the more involvement I get, the more thumbs up I get, the more subscribers I get. That gives me the opportunity to know what the people want to see and to have reactions done. Back to A World Away from Here, I've actually sat down and I watched literally over 17 videos that A World Away has produced in the last 2 weeks. And I would say to you all, please, please, please take an opportunity and find some of her music more appealing to you, because I'm sure there's something in there that's going to make things easier for you, whether you're at work, whether you're home, whether you work from home, or even if you're sitting in the bathtub. Listen to some of her music. Her music is absolutely wonderful. And I mean that with all true sincerity. Now, as I mentioned before, many of us were told that we had certain rules to follow when it comes to, you are most welcome, A World Away from Here. No, you are most welcome. And I thank you for allowing me as well to be part of your world and allowing me to be privileged to hear what you are producing. So most of us that are drivers, whether we have had issues in the past, issues in the present, whatever it may be, we know that there's certain things that have to be done when we're driving an automobile or motorcycle or tractor trailer. One of my subscribers had actually asked me to do a reaction video on the concept of the DMV selling commercial driver's licenses to many individuals that do not know what the rules are behind driving a tractor trailer. Now, I myself have never driven a tractor trailer, yet I have driven many trucks from 42 footers to 68 footers down to pups. Okay. The one thing is we do have to have a CDL because you have to know how the air brakes work. So with that being said, they have asked me to do a commentary, a reaction video on that. And that will be done sometime by the end of the week, maybe Thursday. Reason why is because a lot of the content has to come from the news media, and I want to make sure it's from reliable sources, the information that I'm getting, because I do not wish to misspeak anything that I'm referring to or reacting on. And with that being said, it comes back a little bit to what we're talking about today, which is drunk driving. Drunk drivers, of course, like I said, in my comment section, I've had a lot of commentary from a lot of subscribers, and a lot of it was very, very understanding in my point of view, because understanding what they're trying to express to me and understanding what their concerns are. Hence the reason why I chose to do a drunk and driver today, We have to understand something. Many years ago, there was an incident in Long Island, New York, many years ago, where a drunk driver was driving on the Sunrise Highway, which is actually two lane in each direction, north and south, because it only runs east and west. My mistake. Long Island runs east and west, and it was only two lanes going north, 2 lanes going east, 2 lanes going west. There was a drunk driver on the westbound side. He had ran, and it's a he that did it. He had ran into a limousine that split the limousine in half and killed 6 kids coming home from a prom. Of course, that was a very, very, very terrible story. Okay. Another terrible story was in the state of New Jersey. I don't remember where. Similar situation. Drunk driver driving the car, opposite side of the highway, opposite side of the road, smashed into a limousine, killed a husband and wife coming home from their wedding. So the other incident was that I know of, another one that was in New Jersey, where a drunk driver ran down a person on the street, crossing the street. They weren't paying attention, killed the person, and just kept going. So let's understand something. I don't find humor in any drunk driver. I don't find humor in the situation. I do disagree with the procedure. Now, again, we must understand something. A lot of people ask me, why don't you, instead of reacting on the video, give us an explanation and or give us a solution behind what's actually happening and how to remedy it. So from my point of view, being that I've done work with 3 different entities of law enforcement in the past, one of the things that, or rather 2 of the things that I really don't understand to this day, this time and era, as far as technology goes. One is, why is it that a police officer cannot pull out his phone or her phone, hit the translate button, because almost everybody has Google on their phone, hit the translate button and speak to the person in their own language so they actually know what's going on. Because even though it's on body cam, it will be translated when it gets to court by a court reporter or a court stenographer. So there's no excuse why a police officer still talks to a person that's drunk and or a person who doesn't understand English, or vice versa. The second thing that I disagree with law enforcement, and this can be in your state, it could be all over. What I don't understand is when they come across a person who has been intoxicated, drinking, driving, and they give them what is called the field sobriety test. I totally 100% disagree with the field sobriety test. The field sobriety test is a waste of taxpayer money. Reason why I say this is because you have up to 3 to 4 police officers on the scene for 1 or 2 people that is intoxicated and getting a field sobriety test. The field sobriety test can run anywhere between 5 minutes to 2 hours, depending on how long it takes for that person to unsuccessfully, because they're not going to do it successfully because they're drunk, unsuccessfully finish that process so the officer can determine, as they say, and you've heard it many times, we're probably going to hear it tonight, upon you finishing this test, I find that you are actually intoxicated and or inhibited to drive the vehicle. We could avoid all that the moment you take out what is called a BAC test. It's a small device that costs anywhere between $100 to $225. Administer that device to the individual that's in the car. The same way that device gets administered at the scene, it gets administered inside the precinct or the jail. So if the person that says, I do not contend to that test, you lock them up automatically because you're going to do it anyway. You're going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. They're going to lock them up anyway because, of course, they smell alcohol in their breath. They see that their eyes are going in different directions. Their eyes are bloodshot red. There may be an open container in the car. So the point of them arresting them is right there. So there's no reason for them to even go through wasting taxpayer dollars. They'll save more money if they actually get the BAT test to every single officer that's in that city or town versus spending the taxpayers' money, honestly. Because if you look at what the finances cost for the actual device and, of course, what it costs a police officer to be on the scene, you would realize that is a problem. And also, let's understand something. The faster the police officer leaves the scene of an intoxicated driver, that makes 2 to 3 other police officers available for other more important calls. That's the concept. This is the process that many folks don't want to argue with their local government and or politicians. That's a process you need to argue, because if you argue and you complain that there's not enough policing your area, you need to turn around and have the police restructure the actual way they perform a lot of the field tests. Okay, that's the solution. On top of that solution, please understand something. If you do not believe me, run the statistics in your own city, town, or state on how much money is being spent on a field sobriety test. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is this. If you are going to go out and drink, it doesn't matter whether it's a glass of wine, a shot of tequila, a shot of brandy, a shot of whiskey, or you're going to somebody's party, and like many, many young generation, this generation has this term of turning it up. What you fail to understand is that you're putting everyone's life at risk the minute you keep drinking. You believe you can get behind the wheel of the car. Now, I am one that I can honestly sit here and tell you that I made that mistake one time in my life. I actually got it behind the wheel of my car, and I was beyond what they would call the legal limit of drinking. I drove what would normally take me 1 hour and 45 minutes to get home. I got home in 25 minutes. That means I was speeding beyond what I could have done. Okay. The moment I got home, I realized I made a major mistake. I could have put so many people's lives in danger. I could have made so many people so upset losing a loved one, including myself. So my suggestion to all you people who feel the need to drink and drive, call yourself an Uber, give your key to the bartender to keep the car there, or just don't drive. Take an Uber. Take a taxi. Don't risk the life of someone else, because you take the life of someone else. Yeah, granted, that's where the process again becomes really, really painstaking, because the court system would not see you, the person that's drinking, as a true person that has committed a major crime. No, you have. You took the life of someone because you were driving intoxicated. You were smart enough and stupid enough, rather, to jump in the car, turn the key on, and drive. Because you think you can do it. Oh, I can make it. I can make it. No, all it takes is that split second. That's why I tell everybody, do not tell your loved ones bye. Tell them you see them later. Don't be the cause of someone else losing a family member or a friend. Okay? So don't drink and drive. It's period. It's simplified. It's real simplified. Don't do it. Now, on top of that, one of the comments that I received in the segment was about how the police don't have the right or probable cause to arrest a person for drinking and driving. They don't. They have to take due process in the courtroom. Now, they have the total right to express what they were saying, and I agreed to them to some extent, because of course we have to understand something. In order to get that person to the court, you got to lock them up. It's up to the judge to find out whether the probable cause is justified. Again, you got to get to the court. You don't give a drunk person your keys back and tell them to drive away. That doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense. So it really comes down to common sense. Because the same way you would not let your children, if you have any, or any loved one in your home, walk outside, get in the car while they were intoxicated, and drive off. Because you are actually the one being put at risk as well. But one thing about the state of New Jersey, I believe many, many years ago, implemented a law that stated that if any bartender in the state of New Jersey recognizes an individual as being intoxicated and continues to give them more alcohol, they will be charged, including the business, they will be charged with vehicular manslaughter if that person kills somebody. So now you have the person that drove the car, kill somebody, the bar owner and the bartender both will be charged with the same additional crime because they allowed it to happen. It got so bad that I also believe that in the state of New York, because I heard about it in the Bronx, New York, many, many years ago, people were afraid to hold family parties and house parties because they were being told that if a person gets into an accident because they were drinking at your house party, you will be charged with the crime as well. So a lot of people stopped inviting people that would drink and couldn't handle liquor to the house parties. So what happens with that is I totally agree that that's something that should be done. It's called the process, because people do not understand the pain that you go through when you lose a loved one. If you lose a loved one naturally, it's a lot of pain. If you lose a loved one because of the buffoonery of someone else, there's no replacing it. There is no replacing it. So don't argue a point of view that you have personally. Argue the facts. Argue the facts with the politicians and the people who actually govern over your state or your city. That way you can actually become more boisterous. Your voice is heard the right way versus the wrong way. Now, I appreciate every comment that comes into my comment boxes for any and all videos. And I do respond back to them because, of course, I want those people to understand that even if I had 4,000 subscribers, I'm going to try my very best to answer every single commentary that comes in the comment box because I want them to know that I appreciate them and I understand their points. And their points may be something that's kind of funny and would actually be helpful to me as while I continue doing my reaction videos. Like one of the other comments was that an individual, and this is a true point, this is actually a true statement that people do not really realize. A comment came in saying that if they were the ones to get stopped because they were drinking, and the police officer would turn around and tell them why they're willing to give a field sobriety test, they would say no, and they would ask why. They said, because I have a condition that doesn't allow me to do that. I have a health condition. And of course, you know, the police officer would say, you know, do you wear glasses, contacts? Do you have any medication in you? Do you have any issues with your body and stuff like that? And the answer would be yes. The moment the police officer turns around and says, what are they? That is an automatic lawsuit because the police officer does not have the right to ask you what your medical condition is. Unfortunately, it is true. It is 100% true. The officer does not have the right to ask you what your medical condition is. They have to take that medical condition for exactly what it is, put the handcuffs on you, take you to jail. That eliminates the whole sobriety test right there again. Yet, unfortunately, if you're intoxicated, the chances of you remembering that is slim to none. Yet, it is a true point. So I had to agree with the comment and the subscriber, let them know what they're saying is true and factual. Police officer doesn't have it because as the commentary says, it's a violation of the HIPAA laws. Yes. It's also a violation of the ADA, which is the American Disability Act. Okay. Police officer is not a medical professional, so he nor she can ask you any questions about your medical situation when you turn around and deny them for giving you a field sobriety test. Now, with that being said, please understand that my reaction videos are solely based for educational purposes and humor. If there's a point of education that has to be done, the education part is called teaching others what not to do. So with any time you're watching one of my videos about drunk people driving their cars, just don't drive the car. Let somebody else take the keys. Let's drive. Get yourself an Uber. Get yourself a taxi. Just don't do it because here's the other thing that you guys and girls may forget. Okay, if you are so intoxicated that you don't know what's going on, and if you happen to be a female, like the female that we saw in my last segment, my last episode, you are improperly dressed. Not saying that she is the victim to have something done to her. It is easier for someone to take advantage of her. That's why it's called back in the day. It was called a roofie, right? A lot of guys would turn around and give girls a roofie to get them in, get them all messed up and have their way with them and take advantage of them. If you're intoxicated, how can you defend yourself against another person that's trying to take advantage of you? Think about that for a moment. And you guys that think it don't happen to you, it can happen to you too. Because if a guy wants you and he knows you're drinking, he'll do the same exact thing if he really wants you. So don't turn around and say it won't happen to you. Yes, it will happen to you. Now, I'm not going to give you any tricks behind staying sober when drinking. The easiest thing is just don't drink and drive. Okay? So please, folks, ladies and gentlemen, nieces, nephews, friends, and family, near and far, just don't drink and drive. It's not the right thing to do. Okay? So with that being said, please, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and watch tonight's video, and let's find some humor in this one. From the title alone, I know it was a great one. So let's go ahead and get ready to start this one all over.
On October 11th, a highway patrol police cruiser was rear-ended by an intoxicated teen.
Right.
What's going on?
I'm sorry.
What happened?
I thought that I was braking soon enough, but I didn't.
You got a license on you?
Yeah, I do. I thought that I was braking soon enough, and I didn't.
Yeah, no, you did not because you hit the back of me. Is your car in park? I'm okay. Put your car in park. Give me your license.
Do you check okay?
Right.
I'm sorry. I thought that I was.
Give me your driver's license, please.
Okay.
Yeah, need EMS.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna start already because you folks already know I've seen something really stupid already. Why was she fumbling through her phone like she was gonna find a digital driver's license? She stood there for a minute and a half. Well, we already know that's a bad sign. She's fidgeting. Look for her driver's license. Now she's reaching in the back of it. Come on now. It's already a bad sign. It started off on a great funny moment.
Negative. How much have you had to drink? Huh? Okay. She's probably .19. Jump out.
Okay.
Walk over here. You don't have anything on you? It's gonna poke me, sick me. Cool if I pat you down? How much is not a lot?
I didn't have anything to drink. I was just driving home. I didn't think that I have anything to drink, but I didn't.
Wait.
It started, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. It started. Did you not hear the officer ask her how much she had to drink? And she said, not at all. No, I didn't ask you not at all question. I said, how much? He said, not at all. I was just driving. That's not the question. How much did you have to drink already? So clearly we can see she is intoxicated. Now here comes the great part as far as finding out how drunk is she. Yeah, that sounds like a bar joke. How drunk is she?
Huh? Going to Ohio.
My bad. My bad.
Negative. Hey. Huh? She's probably .19. Jump out.
Okay.
Walk over here. You don't have anything on you? It's gonna poke me, sick me. Cool if I pat you down? How much is not a lot?
I didn't have anything to drink. I was just driving home. I didn't think that I have anything to drink, but I didn't.
Wait. Walk over here. Walk here. So you haven't had anything to drink, or you have had something to drink? Okay. Walk over here.
Okay. Now, I tell you folks all the time, I stop the video constantly because if there's something that I have to point out, it has to be pointed out. This police officer already has violated this young lady's rights. What you folks didn't notice, he is not supposed to search her palm up. He's not supposed to search her palm up. He is supposed to turn his hand around. He has actually violated this young lady by touching her the wrong way. Watch.
Walk here. So you haven't had anything to drink, or you have had something to drink?
There he goes, holding hands in the back, which is fair. But look at his right hand. Right hand, open palm. He's not supposed to search her like that. That is not the proper way to search an individual female. As a male police officer, he's supposed to have the back of his hand go up and down her leg, in between her leg, around her waist, down her back, across her belly. That's it. You can see clearly that he has an open hand as he's touching this female. He is completely 100% wrong. Once again, now he has his open hand coming up to her private area in between her legs on the inner thigh. Again, wrong.
Okay. Walk over here. Because you smell like you've been drinking, and then you're kind of unsteady on your feet. Go ahead and take a seat in here. And then you rear-ended me,
I know.
and then you think that you were slamming on your brake.
I know.
And obviously you didn't, because you literally rammed into me.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't think that I had any, and I was taking my home friend to drink.
What do you mean you don't think that you had any?
I didn't have anything to drink other than, like, I was taking my home friend from the drink, like, from big, like, I was taking my friend home, and
From a bar? Okay, were you?
She's plastered. If you hear the way she's speaking, she's repeating what she's saying, but she's only able to repeat 3 words that her memory is still able to recollect. So she's already plastered. She can't even remember. Now she turns around and she said that she was at a party. Now she admits that she was actually taking her friend home from a bar.
At the bar?
I wasn't. I was taking her home from, and
Okay,
it
so
wasn't-
why do you not think you had anything to drink? How do you not know?
I know that I haven't. I didn't go into the bar with her, but I was taking her home from the bar,
Okay.
and she doesn't live far from me at all. And I thought that I was good enough to take her home. And
So where's she at now?
she's home. I just brought her home, and
I'm confused, just like the police officers. What do you mean you just brought her home? So you were drinking with her, or you weren't drinking with her? Did you have something after you dropped her home? Like, how is it possible that you brought her home as opposed to you dropped her at home or left her at home? This is where it gets confusing for me as well.
she's good now because she's home. And now I was just trying to take her home, and she's good. She's home.
So where are you trying to go to?
Home.
Where do you live at?
I live
Like, where's that at? What city?
in East Akron.
So you're trying to get to Akron.
Okay. Now we now know that it's the city of Akron, Ohio. Maybe she has visited an horticulturalist, and that's the reason why she doesn't remember how much she drank. She had a friend that's an horticulturalist, I'm sure of it. Let's see.
Okay. Do you know where you are right now?
Yeah,
Where are you?
Akron.
You are not in Akron. You are in Ashland, Ohio.
I'm sorry.
You are not the father. It sounds like a Maury Povich moment there. He said, do you know where you are? I'm in Akron. No, you're not.
1742. Do you want me to wait to do a test?
No, you can start. I'm pulling up right now.
I didn't want to say it, Robert. I didn't want to say it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say it, but I know if he was here, I would
What's
say,
up?
hey, you know this young lady?
But it smells like you've been drinking.
I know.
You're in the completely wrong place, wrong direction of where you're trying to get to.
So
You're
okay.
talking in circles, and it's honestly kind of hard to even
I
understand
understand.
like what you're trying to convey.
So
I'm going to run you through some field sobriety tests to make sure you're good to drive, because there's a lot of red flags that are going on right
yeah,
now. So
and I'm not trying to do anything that's illegal or anything.
I'm not trying to do anything that's not illegal. I think that's what she said. Or she said, I'm not trying to do anything that's illegal. She's driving drunk. So she's already doing something illegal. That's like an illegal immigrant. I'm not an illegal immigrant. Where are your papers? How'd you get to the country? Oh, I crossed the border. I jumped the border when the police officer was looking the other way. I jumped the border, came to the gate, and I cut it open, and I squeaked through, and I went to Valhalla. You're an illegal. You're not here. You've done a crime. So she's like sitting there talking about seeing do a crime. Yet, ladies and gentlemen, you know what the bad part is? I gotta say this. If she was brown skin or dark skin, they won't be getting this treatment. I strongly doubt it that they'll be being treated this way. She's not in handcuffs. I doubt it very strongly that if she was melanated or dark skinned, she would be treated a whole lot different. And let's understand something, folks. There should never be a person placed inside a patrol car that's not handcuffed, because that is what every city, state requirement is. You place an individual in the back of a patrol car, they are to be handcuffed. I don't know why so many different places try to get away with that law, or that ruling rather.
I'm really not.
Okay.
I'm really sorry.
It's just your hitch cover.
Yeah. I mean, but she like bumped into me. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was in the far left lane. Yeah, I guess. Okay.
So it's all good.
Just kind of scared the out of me, because I'm like, what the?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's an interesting question I have for you all. As you're watching this, I'm gonna get another 30 seconds. I want you guys to explain. I want my subscribers to explain this to me. Isn't the ruling behind police departments to protect, serve the community? Protect, serve the community. Why is this police officer putting her in the car on the side of the traffic with having all that grass on the opposite side? Where's the protection for him and the person in the back of the car? That doesn't look right to me, and I would like somebody to tell me what that is going on and why is it happening.
All right, man. If you want to step out, we're gonna go to the front of my car, okay? You're gonna stand right where the center of my light's at. Turn and face me. All right, stand feet together, hands on, touch your side, just like this, okay? You see my finger? I want you to follow my finger with your eyes and your eyes only, okay? Do you understand, man?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why they do this with a pen or the finger, what you don't know, this is to incite the brain to get dizzy so that they rock, because they're not able to move their head. So the eyes moving makes your head dizzy because you're drunk, and you get a little wobbly, and that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the young lady to actually be a little wobbly.
As far as you can go.
Heel toe should be next. But you can't get her wobbly that way.
Open up your eyes.
She's sleepy. That's that orgicortulis. That's that orgicortulis got her sleeping. That's why she can't open her eyes. No success there. You can't get her walking.
All right, if you want to stand where the center of my light's at. But just look that way. Nope. Stand right there, but look this way. Yeah, turn your whole body, though. All right, just stay right there for me. All right, what I want you to do right now is envision a straight line directly in front of you, okay? On that imaginary straight line, stick your left foot on that line. Stick your right foot directly in front of your left foot in heel-to-toe position just like this. Have your hands down touching your sides and just remain there until I tell you to begin, okay? Do you understand? All right, what you will do is you will take a series of 9 heel-to-toe steps, walking in a straight line. You'll be looking down at your feet, counting each step out loud, okay? I'm going to do a demonstration for you consisting of 3 steps, but you're going to do 9, okay? I'm going to do a demonstration of 3, but you'll do 9, okay? Do you understand? Okay, go ahead and get back in that heel-to-toe position now. Just like this. Bam. Bam. Just like this. All right, so it's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3. So I did 3, you'll do 9. After your 9th heel-to-toe step, you'll keep that front foot planted on the ground. Take a series of small steps around that front foot just like this. 9 back, okay? 1, 2, 3. So again, I did 3, you'll do 9, okay? Do you have any questions?
Just tell her not to walk into the traffic.
Yep. So, any other questions? Okay, you're good to begin, okay? Make sure you look down at your feet, though.
Oh, she failed.
And count each step out loud.
Fail. I totally agree. Okay. Look, she even turned into the traffic. She did exactly what he did. So wait a minute. Didn't I tell you folks that this is a stupid process that should not be given? This is a stupid process. I told you, you guys heard me. He needs to tell her, don't walk into the traffic. She did exactly what he did. Watch. If you don't believe me, look at this. She did exactly what he did. Listen to what he's telling her, but watch what she does.
So, any other questions? Okay, you're good to begin, okay? Make sure you look down at your feet, though. And count each step out loud.
Isn't that what the police officer did? Or rather, should I say the state trooper? When he was showing her how to do it, he turned around and started facing the highway and walked towards the roadway where the traffic was moving. He did the same exact thing. This is why I say this process needs to be eliminated, because it makes no sense. In my other segment, you heard the police officer tell the young lady, make believe you was taking a dive. If she's intoxicated and would have dove, she would have cracked her skull open and he would have been in trouble. Here's another situation where the police officer showed her turn around and walk towards the highway, towards where the traffic is moving. Not the other way towards the grass. He walked towards the actual traffic side. She does the same exact thing. How does this make sense that law enforcement officers are able to get away with this buffoonery? Look. Look. She's on the side of where the traffic is coming. We've seen many, many videos of how people crash into cars that are parked on the side of the highway. Why are they doing it so close to the side of the oncoming traffic? It doesn't make sense.
Okay. Go ahead and walk back to where my light's at. Grab my PVT in the back. Nope. Yeah. If you want to stand.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I get so aggravated when I see stupid shit. Okay. This is Akron, Ohio Police Department. He just asked the sergeant to get the BAT test out of the vehicle that he has. So he has the administrating test to give her a field blow test. We could have avoided that 15 minutes already. This is what I mean by how they're wasting taxpayer money. He has the device. Watch, because I heard him. Watch this.
Right where the center red light's at, man. Okay, stop right there. All right, so for this next test, you can use either your left or your right foot, okay? What you will want to do is lift either foot up 6 inches to the ground. Have your foot parallel to the ground just like this. Look down and count 1001, 1002, 1003. Don't start yet. You'll look down your foot and count 1001, 1002, 1003 until I tell you to stop, okay? This is a time test, so I'll tell you when the test starts and also when the test ends, okay? It's in the top floor. If you happen to drop your foot, at any time during the test, pick that foot back up.
Still doing acrobats on the damn highway. This is disgusting.
Okay. Do you have any questions before you start this test? No questions? Okay. All right. Wait 1 second. Can you keep time for us? Okay. You good? All right. So you're good to begin, okay, ma'am? But count out loud. 1001, 1002.
I totally agree with your world away from here. This is why I'm so disgusted with this. I despise this test.
Counting where you left off.
You clearly saw how she lost balance. She's intoxicated. She cannot do these tests.
Pick back up and continue counting. Okay. All right.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I despise when police officers take advantage of taxpayers' money. This is the process where you folks need to argue to your local politicians and those that make the laws in your cities and your states, okay? This state trooper has this device that allows them to take the blood alcohol content of the driver. 20 to 30 minutes has been wasted already by watching her perform these exercises that clearly she could not have done. This is the device that I'm talking about. Ron, I could not disagree with you on that one. I think you are absolutely right. They should. So this little device here is called a back test, blood alcohol content test. It tells them exactly how much alcohol is inside the body, inside the person's body by breathing into it or exhaling into it. Let's listen to what her numbers are going to be.
All right, take a deep breath and blow into this. Blow hard. Blow hard, 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 blow hard. Okay.
How long was that? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. 2 minutes versus 30, anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes with that young lady and almost making her lose her life because you can clearly see there's oncoming traffic. Let's listen.
I'm gonna have you take a seat in my car, okay? That way you're not freezing. $187.
Woo! 187. That's what she blew into the test. 187. Now I do not know what what the legal limit is in the state of Ohio, but I can tell you right now, she's well above the limit. I got to hear the rest of this one.
Well, because I thought this was going to take a second, because I was going to have her take a seat while I waited for this to show the results. So I'll get her out in a second. What? Do you see what I meant? I thought it was going to take a little while.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, nieces and nephews, friends near and far, here is a perfect example of how this state trooper, which is a state trooper for the state of Ohio, that does not know how to utilize the BAC test device. He just told his sergeant he thought it was going to take longer than what it did. That specifically shows that this state trooper has never, ever, ever understood the purpose and the use of a BAC test device on the field. This police officer, the state trooper rather, needs to be retrained on everything he has to do. The worst part is that's a sergeant standing there. So that's his supervisor. And the supervisor asked him the question, why is she not handcuffed when he put her in the car? I don't think you guys heard that. Because that's when the state trooper turns out, I thought it was going to take longer. She was supposed to be in handcuffs already. Let's see what the excuses are.
I'm grabbing gloves. You already took photos? Say again?
Not done, but yeah.
Okay, so before I continue, you know why he's putting on gloves? Because now he's going to show that he's going to search her again. He's going to search her again in front of the sergeant. We already saw he searched her once. So between the time that he had her searched before the sergeant showed up and did the sobriety field test, he already searched her. So now he's going to search her again. But now he's got gloves on. Do you not see why I say he violated her already? Well, let's go on.
All right, ma'am, if you will jump out. Go ahead and turn around. Put your hands behind your back like a friend. At this point in time, you're going to be placed under arrest for operating a motor vehicle under the influence of drugs, alcohol, or a combination of them. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions and have a lawyer present with you during any questioning. If you're unable to pay for a lawyer, one will be appointed to you prior to any questioning if so desired. You also have the right to stop answering questions at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Do you understand?
No, I don't understand.
What don't you understand?
Why am I being under?
Because you're very inebriated and shouldn't be driving. Do you have any other questions?
Can I be just sent home to my mom?
No, I'm probably going to take you to the jail. Huh?
Can I please be sent home to my mom?
No. Stare straight at that red light.
I was just trying to take my friend home. I'm not even from around here. Can I please be sent home?
No. 7319.
Okay. Is there any way that
Talk to who?
I can...
Oh, they cut the video. Oh, they cut the video. Oh, they cut the video. That would have been a beautiful sight to see. they cut the video. Oh my goodness gracious, how they got away with that one.
Take a seat in there, man.
Please. I don't have anything, please.
Lay back.
Please.
Lay back, man.
Is there any way, please?
Any way for what?
Me to be sent home to my mom.
Huh?
I was literally trying to just take my home friend.
Right, but you're driving on.
I was just waiting because I didn't want to interrupt when you guys were about to hear what she said. She said, I was just trying to take my home friend. She was trying to take her home friend. Where is she going to put the house at? Again, this is the reason why, a lot of people don't understand why I get angry at a lot of police officers. There's a lot of things that a police officer automatically do instead of wasting time. If in fact the person's already inebriated, they're intoxicated, you already could tell they're intoxicated. Hell, I knew she was intoxicated when she failed that heel toe test, okay? And then she turned into oncoming traffic. That was the worst part right there. That clearly shows she wasn't even straight in the head. The worst part is when a police officer always talks to a person who's out of whack, who's uncontrollable, and they ask the question of, do you know what you're doing? What's wrong with you? What's going on? Those are real simple ass questions you shouldn't be asking a person who's not coherent in what's going on. So here she is, clearly not coherent, because I tried to take my home friend.
The interstate,
I know, but
you're
I'm
drunk,
I'm
and you
not
hit
from
me.
Here.
That
I know.
does not matter at all.
But please, is there any way that I can just go home to my mom?
No.
No.
You hit a police car. I mean, you're on the freeway and you hit a police car and you're drunk.
Going 70
right?
miles an hour at least, and you hit another car and you're drunk, and you're not even 21.
I know, but I was just,
Oh, man.
trying to take my.
I don't care about any excuses. I don't care about who
I'm
you were
not
trying to
even
take home.
from here, though.
That literally does not matter.
I know.
So
She's not 21. So she's underage, drinking, underage, driving, intoxicated, and she blew a 187. Now, I believe someone in the comment put a .08 is the legal limit. She blew a 187. That means she blew a 1.87. That is well above. Come on now. That means all her blood is just straight alcohol at this moment. She don't know nothing she's doing.
Is there any way?
Watch your knee, ma'am.
Please. Please.
You're absolutely right, a world away from here.
I will sleep, please. Can I please talk to you?
nothing that you say is going to change anything, ma'am.
You gotta get an OH3 from.
Why do you have no remorse for me at all?
You hit a car.
Welcome, Joyce.
I
Welcome,
know.
welcome, welcome. Thank you.
I
You
know.
could have seriously hurt me. Why do you have no remorse for anything?
I do, but I wasn't speeding at all.
You hit the back of my car.
But I wasn't speeding.
That has nothing to do with speeding.
I know, but I wasn't gonna brake immediately after you.
Well, yeah, because you can't, because you're inebriated and you don't know what's going on.
But it's not even just that. It's not even just that.
Then
It's
what
just
is it?
it's just that my reaction time isn't that fast.
Right,
So
because
where,
you're inebriated.
but it's not even just that. My time for braking is not that fast, even if I wasn't.
Why are we having this conversation with this young lady? Why is this state trooper wasting more taxpayers' dollar, already knowing that she's already well above the limit of driving while intoxicated? She's well above the limit. Not only is she above the limit, but she caused an accident because she hit the back of the state trooper's car. On top of that, he's trying to reason with her. And on top of that, to make matters worse, she's a Caucasian. So he feels the need to actually entertain this nonsense. Again, if she was brown or melanated, I'm sure she would not, that person would not be getting the same treatment.
Like, it's not just that. Like, I promise you, like, you can ask anyone, like, it's not just that.
Well, if your reaction time's not good, then it's probably.
But it's not even that it's not just
further
that.
of a reason not to drink and drive then, because that.
It's not even just drinking and driving. It's not just that. It's not drinking and driving at all.
So you think you drinking and driving
No,
has nothing to do with this whatsoever?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that if you're braking as soon as I, like, find out, like, it's not just...
You had to have been speeding, though, because I was not braking.
I was
just
going
driving.
90.
You were going 90.
Yes, that's as far as I was going.
You can't make this shit up. You just can't make this shit up. She just turned around and told the state trooper she was doing 90 miles an hour. That's the reason why she couldn't stop. She said she doesn't have a good reaction time. Driving 90 miles an hour while she's intoxicated. Speed limit 70 miles an hour. So you're 20 miles above the speed limit and you're intoxicated. Like, really? This is humorous because, of course, she's trying to sit there and make that she's actually innocent behind this. And the state trooper is just allowing this buffoonery to go on. Now, I understand why he's actually allowing it, because she's incriminating herself. Unfortunately, when she gets to court in front of a judge, her tears are going to drop. Her parents is probably going to be in front of them. And they're going to have a high-paid lawyer to try to turn around and give her community service instead of sticking her ass in jail, because she would have killed somebody doing 90 miles an hour. She wouldn't even know that she hit somebody. She would have caused an accident on the highway and killed somebody. She wouldn't have even known about it because she would have kept driving home. So come on now. This is where it doesn't make sense. It's funny to hear her say it, yet it's not funny the repercussions that would have came out of it. She would have killed somebody. This is disgusting.
Why were you going 90? Do you know what the speed limit is?
55.
The speed limit's 70.
Okay,
So
well,
why
I
were
was
you
going
going
55. I was going 55.
You just said you were going 90.
I said I was going 55.
You literally just said you were going 90.
I did not say I was going 90. I said I was going 55.
So then if you were going 55 and I was going 70, why did you hit me and try to brake?
Because I saw that you were trying to brake and I braked.
I was not trying to
And
brake.
you were in the fast lane.
I was in the far left lane, yeah.
Yes.
I was not braking, though.
But I saw that you were trying to brake, so I braked.
How could
Immediately.
how could you see me try to brake when I wasn't even trying to brake, though?
Because you were trying to brake. What are you talking about?
I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about.
I'm not talking about that I was going faster than the speed limit at all. I'm talking about that I saw that you were going 55 and I went 55.
I was not going 55, though.
Yes, you were.
All right, I'm done talking to you.
Okay.
So why all of a sudden now he felt the need to say he was done talking to her? He was done talking to her the moment he put his hand on her inappropriately. That's the first and foremost thing that we have to take accountability for. He inappropriately touched this young lady by placing his hand on her body to do a preliminary search, and then didn't handcuff her, then put her inside the patrol car, but then turned around and put gloves on because the sergeant was there. Come on now. Now she's going to go in front of the judge. The judge is going to turn around and review the tapes, and they're going to turn around and say, oh, we're going to give her a break, this and the third. Now, Maria, welcome, Now, Maria. As always, a pleasure to see you, sister. Shalom, shalom. Thank you for showing up. Better late than never, as I always say. Please hit the like button on this one.
All right, Samantha, I need you to either sign this or checkmark refuse to sign. This is just saying that that form was read to you and you're receiving a copy and it's going to go with your stuff. Do you want to sign it or do you want to refuse to sign it? So the form that I read to you out there about the breath test, this is that form, okay? You're getting a copy of that, okay? Through the BMV, we have to read it to you. So this is just saying that the form was read to you and that you're getting a copy of that form. So I either need you to sign or checkmark refuse to sign, okay? So signature right there if you want to, checkmark refuse to sign right there.
Okay. Do you think that my breathalyzer was that bad?
Yes, you're well over the legal limit. And then you'll see the judge at 8, so have safely.
Ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, nieces and nephews, we had just watched the video, and of course, like I always say, I don't see the videos before anyone else does. I do the reaction video at the same time I'm watching it. You guys are watching it for the first time. I'm watching it for the first time as well. This is one of the most disgusting videos I've ever seen, because I've seen many. And this is the first one that I've seen, no, not the first one. This is one of many that I've seen where the officer has went above their point of duties by disrespecting or violating the rights of the individual. So the first thing we have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people in my comment section talked about how I should talk about the procedures and or the results of finding a way to simplify the situation or explain what's going on. First and foremost, we have to understand no police officer can physically search. I don't care where they're from. I don't care what state they're in. It is by law, they are not supposed to search a female by touching the female with the open palm side of the hand. They are allowed to use the back side of their hand, never the palm side. That police officer, that state trooper did it. He searched it with the palm open. Ron, the show cannot be great without all my subscribers and people coming in. I understand you have to get to bed, and I appreciate you stopping by. Please have a restful evening and a wonderful evening, and I will catch you on your next live for sure. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please understand that no police officer, doesn't matter where he or she is from. If it's a female police officer needs to search that female. If they are unable to provide a female to search that female is to be put in the patrol car as she is and directly to the jail so that a female correction officer can verify what she has. If they find anything else inside the patrol car, that individual female will be charged with additional crimes. That is the law. Now, as far as the field of sobriety test, I totally 100% disagree with any law enforcement agency providing a field sobriety test without the BAC test, which is the little machine that you guys showed, the little yellow machine that they blow into it that tells them exactly how much alcohol content is inside the body. State, it doesn't matter if it's a state, city, local, whatever. If a police officer does this field sobriety test, I disagree with it. Okay, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of taxpayers' money. Spend that money to the actual BAT test that every single police officer gets trained on how to utilize it. We saw how that state trooper was not trained how to use that device because he specifically said, I thought it was going to take longer. No, it doesn't take longer. Okay, it's literally less than a minute as long as the individual that blows into it correctly. That's why it's so quickly to be done. And that's why it's better than doing a field sobriety test because you immediately find out how intoxicated the person is. Period. The field sobriety test is not a good thing. We also saw how this state trooper risked that life of that young lady on three separate occasions. Okay. He placed inside the vehicle on the oncoming traffic side, which means traffic is flowing, and he put her in that vehicle on that side, as opposed to putting her inside the vehicle on the side where the grass was, where it's much more safer. Many of us have seen where people have actually hit patrol cars on the passenger side or the driver's side because they're flying down the highway, they're not paying attention, and they still hit the cars. That is the reason why you're supposed to be in the side where the grass is at. This way, it's easier for you to be safe. He did it not once, but he did it 3 separate times, put that girl's life in jeopardy. On top of that, he put the girl's life in jeopardy when he turned around and told her to do the heel to toe count. When he turned around and showed her how to do it, he turned towards oncoming traffic, towards where the traffic is. What did she do? She did exactly such. Because in her mind, as the fact that she's inebriated and she's intoxicated and she's drunk, she's following what she sees. Monkey see, monkey do. That's why she followed his exact steps towards the traffic. By him allowing that to happen, he put her life in danger. When he turned around, because the sergeant was there, put gloves on to research her again, because the sergeant asked him why she's not in cuffs. The sergeant knew that if she was intoxicated and she was already inside the police in patrol car, she was supposed to be handcuffed. He didn't do that. So there you go, folks, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't believe what I'm saying, look it up. Look up the procedure, rules, and regulations in your city, in your state, and then you could come back and tell me if I'm right or wrong. Because I know for a fact many cities have different rules. They tend to bend the rules a little bit, yet the rule and law is the way it's supposed to go. Therefore, if you don't believe me, look it up. I'm not challenging you. I'm asking you to look it up because I would like to know. I would like to know where it's allowed that a male police officer can open-handedly search a female and put the person's life in danger by showing them how to do a field sobriety test towards the traffic. Please show me where that's allowed. I need to know. I need to know because every state and every city is different. That's why I need to know. So this is not a challenge. This is a request for you guys to let me know where this is allowed to be happening. And if we find out that it's not allowed, then that young lady has a major lawsuit, not against the state of Ohio, against that state trooper. Because you don't go after the state of Ohio because they're going to turn around and say, well, we taught him the right way. We taught him what to do, but he failed to follow what we taught him. That's the slippery slope. Now, by you suing him directly or the law enforcement officers directly taking their pension away so you get paid, that is much more doable than trying to actually go after the whole entity. Okay? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, nieces and nephews, everyone near and far, please hit the like button. Please hit the share button. If you don't like the content, share it with someone else. Someone else may like it. Someone else may be appreciative of what I have to offer. And please understand, as I say to everyone, I'm going to give a big old shout out to Ron from Ron's Opinion Don't Matter because he has actually reached 4,000 subscribers now. To my sister, Na Maria, always a pleasure to see her. Big old hug and kiss as an uncle. And of course, big old shout out to Queen Sackcloth, little niece, kiss on the forehead, big old uncle hug to you. My little nephew out the pit, I know he's probably sleeping right now, but then again, I'm going to be in his dream, tickling his ear, making him laugh. I always do have that big old brother, uncle love for him, big old hug to him. And of course, to my queen of queens, big old hug and kiss. And to everyone else that's watching and listening, please understand, driving drunk is not a good thing to do. Take a taxi, take an Uber, take any other thing, a bicycle if you need to. Just don't get behind the wheel. Turn your keys. If you're going to go out drinking, turn the keys over to someone else. Let someone else take you home, drop off the car, whatever the case may be. Or hell, just leave the car where it's at. You got a better chance of picking it up. It's better to pay $400 to get your car out of tow than it is to pay $4 million because you killed somebody. Think of the logic behind it, okay? With that being said, as I always say to everyone, please don't tell your friends and your loved ones you tell them bye. Don't tell anyone you love bye. Tell them that you will see them later. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy your Monday night. Hopefully it's a wonderful evening. Rest well, because tomorrow on the Fat Taxer Show, before I forget, it's 100% humor. I guarantee tomorrow's episode will be 100% humor. We're going to be laughing from beginning to end, and I guarantee it. And if you're not laughing, then you got a problem. So with that being said, everyone, appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you sharing the time with me. And of course, like I always know, my time is precious just as yours is, and I appreciate every single one of you. So I will see you all later.